Hi, it's Jason Perico announcing it's holiday time at the Yankee Honda. Lease the all-wheel drive 2016 Honda CR-V LX for only $269 a month with no money down. That's right, only $269 a month for the 2016 all-wheel drive CR-V LX. Only during Happy Honda Days, where there's only one choice when shopping for a new car. Erie's choice, Bianchi Honda.
Time now for the John Reilly Coaches Show. Of course, he's the head coach of the Gannon Golden Knights. How's it going, Coach?
Pretty good.
Good. Coming off a couple games here. Let's start with Bowie State. Both games you scored over 80 points. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, bit of a victory there. But you were victorious over Bowie State, 81-67. We had talked about them. You said they had a nice program. What did you think of that day?
Well, they're very talented. They played a very tough schedule. They played a lot of good teams on the road. And had some nice wins coming in. And again, so we knew it was going to be a tough game, and we got out to a nice lead. And we've kind of been faltering a little bit at the end of the first half, which we did again. I think we went in at halftime, and then we were able to open up that lead in the second half. I don't think we put 40 minutes together yet in terms of putting both the defensive and the offensive aspect. I think that game was the third game in a row we had over 20 assists. So we're doing good things offensively, but we're not quite where we need to be defensively yet. Not close, really.
In the game from the field, Bowie State about 37%. Is that attributed to your defense?
Well, I'd like to think that second half we did a much better job, and we limited their looks and made them use a lot of time, dribbling the basketball. We were very, very solid, but again, we haven't put 40 minutes together of good, solid, sound defense, but that was a start.
It's looking like you're running into teams, too, that have a lot of scoring on their bench.
Well, teams are good. I mean, we've always played a very competitive schedule, and as evidence, I mean, just every year the bad teams. Well, we were one of the bad teams last year, but I mean, we've been one of the better teams many times over the years. But I think you get better by playing good people, good teams, good coaches, and you learn. And we're just kind of taking it game by game and just trying to make a little bit, minor adjustments and just try to get this group that's really relatively new to be a little bit more cohesive at both ends of the court.
80 points a game, do you care how you get there?
No, we don't care. I mean, most years we get 80, we definitely win. This group, we haven't got this group yet to be as sound defensively as we need to be with that consistency, which I just talked about, which hurt us in the next game, which we'll talk about in a second. But our guys are willing, and it's just a matter of doing a better job of our habits in terms of just playing in stances, being better with our talk, just being better in rotations. And we got to coach them better, and we got to get them to understand a little bit better.
You love to have that extension on the court as far as the coaching staff, a player that can kind of be vocal with everyone. Do you have someone on the court you look
I think a little bit of our personality is slowly emerging. We're starting a freshman now at the point, and he's done a really nice job. And to Emmanuel Mate's credit, he's been wonderful on the bench in terms of just coaching, and he's been great the whole year just in terms of trying to help Jimmy along. He's always liked him. He's always thought he was pretty good, and so Jimmy's figuring out a lot of times this is his first game through of playing all these teams. But Matt Dogan, I think, has been doing a nice job of speaking up. Marcus Jones has been a nice job of speaking up. And as our guys get more games under their belt, I think the collective understanding of how we play and what we need to do is going to get better. And this group likes each other, and I think that's a great start when they like each other. And I just think it's hard to beat teams that are close-knit, so I'm hoping we can continue to grow.
You mentioned Berger. Last week I broke news to you, freshman of the week. Did you know?
I didn't know. Did he get it again this week?
Am I right there? Yeah.
Well, it's not surprising. I mean, he should have, because he's a cool customer in terms of he really shares the ball, he moves the ball. We want to get him a little bit more active defensively because he's a very good defensive player. But I'm happy for him, and like I said, I mean, since he's got in there, we've had over 20 assists every game. So I think the future bodes really well for him.
All right, let's move on to East Stroudsburg. We kind of talked beforehand, and I thought maybe, it seems to me East Stroudsburg just stays at the same level. They stay competitive. But this was a very competitive game, 88-81. It probably felt closer than that.
Right. I'm kind of. I mean, again, I'm not one of those guys that, you got to give credit. I thought they made the plays, and we were up 7 at the half, up 12 in the second half, but they pressed the whole game, and I think that pressure wears on you a little bit in terms of we had a lot of travels. I mean, the story of this game was poor defense on our end in the half court, and we turned the ball over, way too much, 26 times. We gave them 28 points on turnovers, and you're going to turn the ball over sometimes. I mean, we're not trying to play the perfect game. 12's our goal, and really for the most part, this team has done a pretty good job. But a lot of drop balls, travels, a little bit of everything, and just bad decisions on 2-on-1s and things like that. So again, give East Stroudsburg credit, but also we have to do a better job of controlling the things that we can control if we want to be a good team.
The other thing, just looking at their stat lines, it looks like Rasheed Moore, Quindell Bryce were a handful. They both had quite a few points, full stat lines, complete players, it looks like.
I thought their interior game killed us, really. Their post players post up the way we want our post players to do, and the way that we've had our post players do in the past, and so hopefully we can learn from that. Those two guys were I just thought they were the two most aggressive guys on the floor.
Are you getting to be more? Are you ever going to be satisfied with your rebounding numbers? I guess it's a better way.
Not really. I mean, I honestly I think we're a poor rebounding team. We've rebounded, we've out rebounded teams, and I'm not just saying that. We yesterday we didn't practice. We watched film, so I mean that was our practice time, and the whole point is, again, I have a great group that really wants to be good, but the film doesn't lie, and we basically went over the first half and everything from defense, offense, and rebounding. This is evident we're not consistent with boxing out, and I like the fact that we're an out-rebounding team. I like the fact that we go and get offensive rebounds, but I do feel that we can get better in that area. And rebounding is great, but the telltale stat, I think the most important stat in basketball, well, that and possibly defensive field goal percentage, is the turnover, that number. And if your number's that high, you're not going to win. I don't care. Like that game, for instance, I think we shot 54%, out-rebounded them by 9. They lost by 8 because we turned the ball over 26 times. I mean, you can't turn the ball over 26 times against anybody and expect to win. And but again, our guys know that they have a lot of pride. So hopefully we can get better in that area. And the thing is, we go right back into playing a team just like East Stroudsburg. And actually, East Stroudsburg is really, really good, and Wheeling Jesuits, as good as East Stroudsburg, are who knows. But so we're going to go right back against a high-scoring team. So we're going to be severely tested again. So hopefully, this past game, can help us as we move forward.
Are there things? I asked Jim Brunelli the same thing yesterday. Are there things in a non-conference game that you were going to try? Are you trying different folds? Stick to your game.
I'm old school in terms of I don't care if it's conference. I don't care if it's non-conference. I don't care if it's exhibition. I don't care if it's scrimmage. If we play that game, we're playing that game to win. And that game is the most important game. I'm trying to think. I think I've coached well over 700-something basketball games. And the way I always look at it is the next game that I'm fortunate enough to be able to coach in is really the most important game I've ever coached in. That's how we always approach it. And hopefully our players, we try to get our players to approach that, because every day means something. Every practice means something. Every academic class should mean something. Everything's cumulative. We're always learning. So in league, out of league, we're just trying to get better, period.
Damon and Evan, do they have jobs other than scoring? They do a lot of scoring, but what is expected of them?
Well, Damon's been our best defender. And he kind of anchors our whole defense, and he's been a key guy for us because he's so unselfish. He's our best screener. He does a lot of the dirty work, and so obviously defense, rebounding, loose balls, talk. I really enjoy coaching both those guys you just mentioned. Evan's the same way. We've got to get Evan to be a better defender, because he's very, very capable. He's a deceptively good athlete. He's very skilled. We've got to just get him locked in, more alert all the time. because when he's in a certain frame of mind, when he's in the right frame of mind, he's really good. I mean, he's a really good player, but he's really good when he's locked in. So we're asking for a lot more than scoring. To me, good players don't define themselves by how many points they score. You know, defensively, how are you playing? You know, how's your talk on the bench? How's your talk on the court? Are you getting loose balls? Are you making the right play, passing wise? There's so many other areas that define.
That's in game and in practice.
Most definitely, most definitely. And both those guys are learning our system, and both have a chance to be really good players.
Yeah, that's evident, certainly.
Yeah, they're great people. You know, they're both quality people.
You got some other guys on there I really like to watch. We could talk about all of them individually. I mean, Zay Jackson is super. I love
Good basketball player.
The ball.
Yeah, he's a good basketball player. He loves it, and you know we're probably demanding more out of him in the past in terms of I want him to be a better defender, and because he's really gifted offensively, and he'll get better offensively. But his heart's in the right place, and he is very competitive, and he's just a great guy to coach. You know, he wants to be good, and he wants to win.
All right, so Sunday, December 18th, it's Wheeling Jesuit. You talked about them briefly. Is there anything on the line with this game, given that holidays are right around?
Other than pride, I mean, a pride thing, and they smashed us last year. We had been one of the better teams in the region going into the past season, and they came in and just smashed us. And so a lot of pride, and they're good. I think their record's really good. They're supposed to be one of the best teams in the country. But we just want to get better, and we're always playing to win, and we have a lot to prove since how we competed against them last year, which is very poorly. So right now it's Tuesday as we're taping this. We're just trying to. Yesterday was the film day, as we said, and today we're going to compete the next couple of days, and then Friday, Saturday we'll really prepare for Wheeling and go down there and give it everything we have. It'd be great to finish the semester strong, because we've come a long ways with this group. With 10 new guys, we've come a long ways. But we know we have a long ways to go. And what we were talking about yesterday is, you know, we're a long way. You know, we're close to being a really good team, but we're also far, if that makes sense. And we're close in the fact that at times we show glimpses of taking charges, getting loose balls. At times we go through lapses when we don't. We've shown the last 4 games we're able to pass the ball and score, but then we're a little inconsistent playing against pressure. When we get the ball in against pressure, we smash it, but sometimes we struggle to get it in. So we got to shore up some of those little things, and I think this group could get really good. I think so, but we take it one day at a time and don't get too up or too down. Just try to learn and be a little bit better the next day.
Good stuff. John Reilly, let's end with this. We're going to have about a month off here. So how will you navigate the holiday season, and then what are we going to learn about your team during the time?
Well, we're learning a lot because the schedule is demanding in terms of we played Bowie, then we played East Stroudsburg, that's now 5-0 in the PSAC. Now we go to Wheeling Jesuit, that's supposed to be one of the best teams in the country. Then we come back. You know, we have 7 days off, which I don't. That's a whole other conversation. It's too many days off. It's a mandatory thing. It's just too many. No other sport has 7 days off right in the middle of your season. But that's okay. But the problem is we get them back to 27, 28, 29. Then you're playing games again. So you have 7 days off. I mean, it's not. You can lose a lot of conditioning if guys don't do a good job over break, just in terms of keeping their bodies in shape. So we'll come back, go to a really good IUP, and then we'll get into a great rhythm of playing all the time. So we like when we get everybody back and get into that rhythm of playing, because when you're playing well, it's great, because you practice, play, you're off, practice, play. You just get in a good rhythm, and before you know it, it's tournament time. So our big goal is we want to finish strong and get the guys home for Christmas, see their family and friends, and then get them back. I just can't believe it's that time of year already.
Yeah, it happens fast. That's what happens when you're having fun. It's fun to watch this Gannon team right now, winners of 3 of the last 4. And like you said, Wheeling Jesuit on Sunday. That's at 2 p.m. It'll be on Jet Radio 1400. Thanks, Coach.
My pleasure.